So I wanted to share a little bit about my why. Hi there, I'm Coach Kathleen, and you're with Phoenix Rising, rising from the ashes of your past. So basically, somebody once gave me the gift of healing. And so I just feel compelled to share that gift with everyone else. So I came from a dysfunctional family, and so I developed my codependency early in life. And that followed me through all of my relationships, from friendships to romantic relationships into my marriage, even in work situations. So eventually, I realized that the common denominator was me, and that there was something in me that was broken that needed to be fixed. But I didn't know what it was that was even wrong. I couldn't articulate it. I couldn't name it. I'd never even heard the term codependency, or I think I'd heard it, but I assumed it just had to do with drugs and alcohol, and that wasn't my situation. So I decided that I needed to kind of go on this journey to figure out what was wrong, how I got this way, but more importantly, how do I heal from this? How do I grow and how do I change? So I had gone to therapists. I've been to several, different therapists, and that was great. I think therapy is good. I think everyone should find a good therapist. I also did some support groups. I went to a recovery group specifically for codependency, and those were all really good resources, absolutely. But for me, I felt like I didn't really have, I guess I was looking for kind of a step-by-step, if you will, some kind of guide, some kind of map to help me change, to help me work through this and come out on the other side different. So I realized that I was going to have to put in the work. This was going to take work, and it was going to be uncomfortable. I was going to have to deal with some painful things. I was going to have to examine some hurt, and nobody likes to go back and relive things that have been said or done or what have you, but it was a necessary piece for me, for my journey, to figure out kind of where I came from and why, kind of the why of it, like how did it happen. And then once I could understand it a little better, then I began to realize that, okay, now how do I change? So I learned this term: discovery is not recovery. So understanding it or knowing it or being able to name it doesn't change you. What changes you is putting in the work, doing what needs to be done, and being honest, like just ruthlessly honest with yourself, and work through this. So I found a therapist, and she had this workbook. And she said, we need to work through this. I'll do this with you. I would come in once a week. She would give me homework. I would go home and I would do this work. And sometimes I would walk away from it. I would get angry. I would be upset. I thought, I don't want to do this. But the times that I felt like quitting were the times I needed it the most. And that's when I had the breakthroughs. So we went through that book, and things began to click for me. And so afterwards, I just felt like, okay, what now? Like, I need more. I didn't feel like I was there yet. So I was telling a friend about it, and she said, oh my gosh, I need that too. Let's do it together. So she and I did it. And then, telling other people, and they were like, we need to do it too. So we did it again. And then we started offering it to other people, basically mostly through our church, but also through word of mouth. And so we just started sharing this because we had I personally had such a profound change, such a deep transformation, if you will, in how I viewed myself and how I viewed the world and how I viewed other people and how to relate to other people. And so for me, putting in that work was absolutely critical for me to make the changes I wanted to make. So all that to say that I want to share this with everyone. We used to do this in my living room. So now I want to offer it to everybody, everywhere. Anybody who needs this can join us. So I invite you, come with us. Come with us on this journey of healing, and let's have some breakthroughs together, and let's come out the other side stronger, healthier, happier people, and let's find our peace.